Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome to an episode of Real Talk, where I hold up a bottle of tequila because I certainly haven't had any, anyway. Let's just get to the point of the video. Look, this morning some people in the comments got mad at me because I talked about how a couple employees left before a really big project. Many of you know that I'm launching a project. It's a huge opportunity. It's something that I'm very excited about because like I told my course members this morning, like I can't say the words like, oh, I guarantee, but I feel as though I'd be in a position to say, like, I guarantee it's going to make lots of money for lots of people. Obviously, you can't make that guarantee, but the point is, like, it's something that is so big to me, and it's so important, and it's something I'm so excited about. We don't have all the details perfect. We've got really great game plans, and the core folks who were working with me on this were not just employees. These are folks that have been probably the closest friends I've had for years, and to see to not only get rug pulled by people that are really close to you, but then also to see people leave to like a previous or an ex-employee that is no longer with the company is like kind of like a double burn. That's kind of like add insult to injury, right? So this isn't like me trying to like air dirty laundry. It's just to say like, yeah, like this morning, like I'm pissed, right? It's kind of like the steps of feelings, right? And it's like, wow. And it's like, and Tesla's down. It's like, oh, what a phenomenal day for Kevin. Like this just goes down in the record books. But it's just to say, and I'm not here to name names or complain about stuff or whatever. It's like, hey, look, if you have a better opportunity, that's great. I hope the world that people get better opportunities. In fact, I talk about better opportunities in front of people that work with me. Part of me is just like, maybe and there's a broader lesson in all this that I want to talk about too. Maybe I should stop telling people like, go get a job at a coding boot camp because you could make six figures quickly. Eventually once you build up experience, you can make more. Maybe that's where people are going. But it seems like, when people leave you for almost guaranteed a pay cut, it's like, wow, maybe I'm the asshole. And maybe that is true. Maybe I really don't think I am. But then again, nobody thinks that they are themselves. I'm a big fan of work hard, play hard. This is why, for example, when I went to Cabo San Lucas and invited all of my employees, we spent $60,000 for a 5-day trip. And that sounds really frivolous, but it was a phenomenal experience. One of the best experiences I've ever had. It was so incredibly fun. And again, that's insane. It's totally like ludicrous mode, right? Or like we just went to Hawaii also with staff, and it's like, wow, Hawaii, so freaking fun. And that's probably a $20,000 trip. We took the family as well. So that's in there. It's things like that where it's like, oh man, it's not about like, oh, let's sit here and work 80 hours a week, right? Life is about, in my opinion, you show up at work, you make money for the business, and then you play hard, either with your coworkers or your other friends. I don't care. It doesn't have to be me, right? So, but I'm a big fan of work hard, play hard. So maybe I'm too much of an asshole during the work hard part. You can't help but like reflect inwards a little bit. But what's really cool, and this is sort of the lesson that I wanted to talk about in this video, is that when unexpected things happen, oftentimes there's a substantial silver lining that may not be apparent immediately, but for me it has already become very apparent, and that's that I'm very motivated now. Like this is like some of the best motivation ever for me to get my hands dirty on all of the stuff that I was relying on others to do, and now I'm in a place, having talked to so many people today about some of our transitions. I'm in a place where I think our opportunities now are going to be bigger than I thought before. They're going to happen faster than I thought before. Things are looking up, plans that we have for the channel, for videos, for future content. Things are looking better than they did before. And what's really incredible about that is I don't know if I'm looking at the things with a different lens, or it's just that like I'm realizing like, nope, Kevin's going hands-on. It's kind of like, hey, you're running Walmart and all your cashiers just walked out and you're the manager in the back, like picking up trash or trying to like motivate people to do their packaging, right? And it's like, all right, can you guys take over back here? I got to go up and handle the registers, and it's like I got a big line at the registers, but I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't that bad. I get to interact with customers again. So, this morning was very rough. Now is actually very good. I'm very happy. I'm very optimistic. I'm super happy about the hundreds of people who have almost probably closer to 1,000 people who have reached out in ways of offering support. And I think broadly there's a way of applying this to our livelihoods and to the stock market too. It's that good times generally follow bad times. And so, if we have really bad, a really bad time in life, loss of family member, loss of job, loss of a trade, or made a big mistake or whatever, you could have massive depression, and I'm not immune to that. You could have 4 or 5 months, sometimes year-long depression, but it usually takes some form of spark, and I think there's the lesson, right? Some form of spark to like make you want to change. And hey, got a haircut. Okay, getting dirty again, going all in. It's like, wait, let's no problem. Let's pour another cup of coffee, work harder, and pick it up by the bootstraps and keep moving forward. Nothing's gonna stop me from wanting to achieve my dreams. And certainly I'm not gonna let somebody stand in the way of that. I can only wish other people the best. Good luck. I obviously, if I could have scripted it, I would have loved to had people, say something. And this would be a recommendation for you. Is like, hey, like. If I'm an employee and let's say you're my boss, it's like, hey, maybe I don't like this line of work. I want to get into a different line of work. I want to get into a different field. Even if that means I'm getting paid a third of what I'm getting paid now, I want to get into a different line of work because I have a passion for it. It's like, hey, great. How can we help you transition to that, right? We don't want to burn bridges. We would want to help people transition. The worst time would be like right before a massive launch of something, and then see ya, we'll be gone in now. It'd be really nice to do something like, hey, let's get through this launch. And then, by the way, hey, by the end of the year, we want to transition to this or whatever. Great. Totally fair. Like, people change their opinions. It's like you go to marriage, you have a problem, you go to marriage counseling. You go to marriage counseling and you either decide, no, we're going to part ways, and we're going to do so methodically and peacefully, or not. But other times, sometimes that doesn't work out. So I don't know. I guess everything's up to the individual ultimately. Because usually it's the opposite too. Like, and it's always like, is that a double standard? It's always the other way around too, because you can take the flip side approach, and oftentimes when like managers are like, hey, you're underperforming, and then like you go to fire somebody as a manager, usually you don't want people working for a company anymore after they've like either been fired or you've given them notice, because then it's just like, usually bad things come in the last couple weeks of somebody working there. So either it's like, hey, in 6 months, I want to transition to something, or it's just bye, is usually how these things go from either side. So again, like if I could have scripted my own reality, I would have preferred the 6 month. Let's transition together, because that also preserves relationships, right? But oh well. The big lesson though is that spark. If you hit such a low that it now gives you a spark, you have to just look at it and say thank you. So I'll say that. Thank you for rug pulling me. It's been incredibly inspiring, and I'm very motivated now, so thank you. And for all those of you watching, if you don't like something I say, don't watch. If you want to complain in the comments about something I say, that's okay. I will see your comments. I'll take some offense, but I'll get over it, and I respect and appreciate all those of you that are like, Kevin, stop complaining. Like, got it. You're right. I should stop complaining, but I could do whatever I want. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching, supporting, whether you like me, hate me, whether you leave mean comments or what. I still appreciate you watching. And hopefully, if anything, you could always learn something coming here. That's always the goal. Every video is what I always ask. Every video I make, what can you learn from watching my video? I never want you to watch a video of mine and realize I didn't learn anything today. Because if that ever happens, then I know I'll lose you. And I don't want that. I've already lost enough.